couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, gun.
On second down, a run with Breida. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. Garoppolo looks to throw, and that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fights loose. Still on his feet. Well, that'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory.
Deeper. Mike 50. Here it comes. Let's go.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
To throw from his end zone, Wilson. And he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away, because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Once again, they run with Breida on first down. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Tackle coming from the safety, Trey Flowers.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Here we go. Wait, 80! Watch the run. Hey, gun.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Able to haul it in is Kittle. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. That one going to be complete to David Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. 1st down, Seahawks. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They go play action now. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he's got some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is down to 2. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
Let's go. 17 at their own 25-yard line. Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. To throw is Garoppolo. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They will get 4 yards here on the 1st down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play. And in Week 17, let's hope this won't affect him for the playoffs. We'll step aside. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he's got the hook up to Moore. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. David Moore, 76 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This is fielded at the goal line. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. This is Breida.
The tackle made by K.J. Wright. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, gun.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. He's got the first down here inside the 30. 23 yards the pickup there. Matt Breida out of Georgia Southern now in his 3rd year in a 49er uniform. He was tough to keep off the field last year. Very good yards per carry. 5.3 on 153 attempts. Good for over 800 yards rushing. On first down, here's Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations, big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Solomon Thomas, they love to see that from him as he slips in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Watch the safety. Gotta go, in and out. Let's go. One left. Roy. Good job right there. Check. Watch the split.
Throwing is Wilson. This pass to Jennings, and he makes the catch. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Friday.
Play action. It's Wilson. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there, a first down. Now a play fake here on first down. It's complete to Lockett. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Wilson now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. First down, here's White. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. They go play action with Wilson. Left side complete to Lockett. A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Check 56. I'm coming. Whip. Watch the whip.
Wilson going to fake the give and keep it himself. It's caught. This is White. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And into the red zone now, and Charles, they told us offense in the red zone was a focus this week in practice.
A huge priority, and the key was to get points, so you know that all the time during the week they talked about executing, taking care of the football, no big mistakes, make sure they put points on the board and come out of it with that.
A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be second and goal now. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on second and goal. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. D Ford make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. On third and goal, Wilson, and he's going to go down again. D Ford in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside.
A 43-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory. And he loses the football a second time. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 15 now. And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go. Here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Breida, he'll try the right side. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A gain of 13, it's a first down.
Here we go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Breida. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
Now it's Breida. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Come on, QB, come on. Check them.
It's 3rd down.
He's coming. White.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try and add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
Wilson now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Under 10.
Off play action. Wilson. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, as the first half is winding down. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. A nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
I got you. Big Ed. Let's pass. Let's pass. Come on. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. Right there. 56. Watch the screen. Hey, 0, 0, 0. Tighten up. Tighten up. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. They get 17 on that one. Move the chains. First down, Seahawks. He's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
From the 39, Wilson firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 27-yard line. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Quan Alexander, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Go 14.
Wilson. And this is caught at the 8. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes if you get success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And oh my goodness, he loses it again. And the Seahawks have picked it up. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Wilson now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Nick Bosa in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He's got it. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
They didn't get the 1st down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the 1st. They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the 1st down at the 1-yard line, though.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Let's put him on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. 14, got it. Hey, check. Zoom. 50.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Luke Wilson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks capitalize on this short field as they take it in for 6. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will extend this big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They go play action here on 1st down. Deep ball for Goodwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. But it'll be 2nd down. He has been nearly impossible to throw on all year long. If it was me, I'd say he could go ahead and book that trip to the NFL Awards show in February. He's going to be Defensive Player of the Year, I think. What do you think?
I would agree with you. And the reason why? Because he takes the ball away. Because he gets to the football. The only way a defensive back ever wins this award is because they have a number of interceptions, takeaways, knockdowns, all that. Add it all together, he's created a lot of big plays.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Well, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
What?
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
12 yards there and a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making you up.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You're going over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Hey, gun. Go ahead.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down. They run with Breida. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop.
11.
It's now 2nd and 6 on the Seahawks 45.
Now a give to Breida. Oh, now Breida loses it. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. That one goes for 24 yards. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson going to throw deep for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Again, Wilson. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Well. Friday. Switch gears. Gun. He's checking crab. Hey, alert.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. And it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
They run again with Breida. The tackle was by the Boston College product, Harold Landry. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd-and-1 situation. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. On the handoff, this is Breida. It was Jaron Reed who got him down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
13.
2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37.
It's a gain of 2 yards.
The Niners on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Garoppolo now. Goodwin able to haul it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
13.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
Off the play fake to McKinnon, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Mike 50, Mike.
Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 50, Mike. I got you.
Watch the pass. Here we go.
To throw is Garoppolo. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. K.J. Wright in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
I got you. Hey, gun.
Mike 50. Come on, baby.
65.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo, and that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
The Seahawks
We
take
play
over
to win.
first and 10
Let's go.
at their own 20-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It's caught, Lockett. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
First and 10 at the 49-yard
Come, baby.
Wilson wants to throw it. And his throw's going to be incomplete. David Moore, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Wilson. Going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now Wilson steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down?
Kill, turn up. Slap. Good job right there, Joker. You go tight. You look for signals. You got tight right there. Under crunch. Kill. Hey, turn it up.
Here's Wilson throwing on 4th down. He's got Lockett. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
First and 10 at the 17.
So don't say nothing. Shift! Watch the shift! Zebra. You look for signals. Henry. Mike, 50. 12. Let's go, D. Check 4. Go. That's it.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Check. 36. Switch. Check. Safe. Switch.
25.
Shit. Check.
Hey, alert.
Crouch.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Quan Alexander in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? On 4th down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. A desperation heave for the end zone. Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now. Pete Carroll rolled the dice, but it didn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Now a toss play, it's Breida. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally marked down at the 42-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Seahawks, they've indeed run the